Back with another one, Bad News Brown. I'm going to speak a little bit about the Olympics. There's a lot been going on surrounding the whole Olympic spectacle out there in Paris. As you may already know from the Serena Williams incident to the Sha'Carri Richardson incident, as well as a few other incidents. And of course, y'all already know about Michael Jordan's son looking like he was snorting some narcotics out there in France. So I guess I'll start with that. Well, see, the thing with that is, and how should I put this? Well, for one, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And do I recommend using narcotics? No, I don't. No, I don't. So, with that being said, it's levels to life. Now, obviously, Michael Jordan's son is part of the high society wherever he goes, even in the U.S. So now we're speaking about France. Now, the thing is, well, of course, I don't know the laws in France, but I'm sure it's illegal as well in France. But the thing, this is what I want to mention. He obviously felt comfortable as if he was amongst his peers. Now, although it was only him spotted snorting a narcotic or whatever, but I'm pretty sure, again, like I said, he had to be comfortable to do that. You know, he around his peers, his high society, you know, they probably got in his levels for life. Even in the U.S., I'm sure they got establishments, whether legal or illegal, where you can go and whatever you partake in, it'll get served to you no different than you was at a restaurant. So I'm sure there's places like that. And he may have thought he was at one of them places to where he felt comfortable enough to do that right there. That's not, to me, that's, he amongst his peers. He felt comfortable. He wasn't sneaking, or he was just so on, so and he probably didn't give a damn. You know, it's either that. I'm MJ's son, man. We in France, we chilling, and this is what we do. And somebody obviously took footage of that. So that's pretty much what I gotta say now. Although, again, I don't recommend nobody to deal with the narcotics. Being that's Michael Jordan's son, I guess it's a bad look on Mike. You know what I'm saying? But Michael Jordan's son already been kind of doing his own thing, as I'm gonna put it. He's not really following in the footsteps of his father as far as playing pro ball or anything professional. And hey, that's MJ's son life. But that is a bad look on Pop's. Like, man, you gotta be smarter than that. I don't care where you go. You gotta be aware of your surroundings. And I would think, but then again, he may have felt comfortable that he would have some type of security around to where even if I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, my security gonna be watching my back, and somebody filming that camera, that phone would have got confiscated. Or like, hey man, put that away. And matter of fact, let's delete that what you just filmed. So you gotta guard yourself around certain things, especially when you're a high profile person. And he may have thought like, hey man, I'm not my daddy. Most people, because I'm gonna be honest, I would have walked right by MJ, Michael Jordan's son, and would have knew who he was unless he told me. But then again, I'm pretty sure in certain circles they know who you is. But that brings up another thing. Is it me, or it just seem like a lot of the black entertainers and athletes are getting into situations abroad? Because so far, and I could be wrong, I never heard of no white or any other group American celebrities or athletes that's over there abroad, and they keep running into jams with the French authorities, as I'll put it. Because now it's another situation that just took place that I'm hearing about. Steph Curry's family, Aisha Curry, and I believe Steph's mom had got into some type of scuffle with the police at an event, one of the Olympic events, I'm assuming. And And I don't know all the details, but from what I heard, I'm kind of hearing like one of the security put their hands on Steph's son. Now I'm not exactly sure how or what, but that definitely ain't cool. That there definitely ain't cool. To where I got a lot of things I would say about that, or maybe things I shouldn't even say. As a matter of fact, I won't. But that's definitely not to be taken lightly. I don't care who it is. You don't put your hands on nobody, kids, especially in any circumstance. I don't give a damn. You don't put your hands on nobody, kids, regardless what the situation was. That ain't nah. We don't do that, especially for I don't know you from Adam. What? Man. Anyway, so again, this brings up another point. Being that it appears all the black or African American celebrities, like I just mentioned, is getting into jams out there. That I don't know. That seems more than a coincidence to me. You understand now? How should I play? Devil's advocate is just gonna be ninjas in Paris. But nah, that ain't the case. We already know that ain't the case. But what to me, honestly, the case is it kind of just lends credence to how much the world don't respect the African American in this extent. Now, again, every situation can be case by case. Like the whole Serena Williams thing, the restaurant was like, "Hey, man, we didn't even know who you was, and we was crowded. So you think we just about to? I don't care who you is. We ain't about to skip nobody else just because you a celebrity." So if that was really the case, hey, man, I gotta respect that. Being that okay, you would think you a celebrity, your money whole way, hey, but sometimes, hey man, right is right. So hey man, hey, that wasn't free. That was ahead of you. So you gotta wait. Ain't no tables. Now if you want to talk to them and maybe pay them or do whatever, and they give you your spot, then that's whatever. But hey man, you gotta wait like everybody else. So maybe she was trying to use her celebrity to get her, you know what I'm saying, to get her bumped ahead or get into the establishment. An establishment would have let her in. This is according to what they saying. They saying like, hey, we didn't even know who she was, and it just wasn't no room. It wasn't like we was hating or discriminating against her. So I don't know. But again, it still just seems like it's not a coincidence from even the Sha'Carri Richardson thing. And I understand that, hey man, when you go into another culture, you got to understand how they get down out there. So you can't bring certain habits you may have accumulated where you from and take it out there because it's different. It's a different law of the land, different lay of the land. So you really, and a lot of us do have that bad. Just a while ago, when a lot of them traveling females is going all over and they getting into jams, talking crazy to people, thinking it's the U.S. But ain't none of this is the case from what I'm gathering. A lot of this just kind of looks like, how should I say, they shaking up or roughing up the African American celebrities over there abroad. And what I mean by roughing up, I just mean they messing with them, they fucking with them. Hey, maybe they got the go ahead, the green light. Hey man, do what y'all want, try to get money out of them or whatever while they out here. Maybe so it's a whole bunch of scamming jumping off, but I don't even necessarily really think it's that because a lot of this stuff I'm hearing is when is kind of like dealing directly with either the French authorities or consulate, as I'll put it, but are French officials and not necessarily the citizens of France. That's a better way to put it. But yeah, man, that's something to think about because it just seemed like all of the negative stuff I hear coming up out of the whole Olympic Games in Paris, it tends to be dealing with black or African American celebrities. I mean, again, I haven't heard everything, but I haven't heard one incident with a white celebrity or any other group that's American out there. So y'all let me know that it don't seem like a coincidence. Let's bring up another thing about the Olympics Games. So now they got breakdancing. It's part of the Olympic Games, which is this one of the things, y'all, because all the footage I'm seeing of that is from the Australian girl. I guess it's an Australian contestant, called herself Ray and they just showing all the footage I'm seeing is that, and what she was doing that ain't breakdancing. She could have just watched the movie Beat Street and figured that wasn't breakdancing. So a lot of times, to me, it's like, is they making a mockery out of it? And it's another thing before I continue. This is how your style gets stole. Breakdancing, that's another thing. When we create something, we don't we the idea is not to cast it aside like, oh, that was last year's style. We ain't wearing that no more. We ain't riding no more. No, when you create something for the culture, you preserve and you keep that. Even if you don't, it ain't front and center no more, or even if we added on to it, you still keep it. You still, same with breakdancing. We dropped the ball or threw it down. A lot of the Asians picked it up. A lot of Puerto Ricans picked it up. And don't get me wrong, some of them was already doing it when it first started, but they ain't had nothing to do. And I got a video on that. Check that video out. They ain't had nothing to do with the creation of that, and that's been proven. So y'all can cut that. I ain't even no myth. Cut that lie out. But what I'm getting at is this is just a good example. And I'd like, again, I didn't see the whole competition, so I'm not sure exactly who represented the U.S. on a breakdancing thing. And it's really nothing wrong with breakdancing or other people participating in it. And it's another thing. Hey, if Australia was like, hey man, breakdancing y'all thing, but she's the best representative for us, so hey, that's the best we can do, then it's all good. But then again, it kind of seemed like, hey, that was just a mockery. Like, I'm sure they got somebody in Australia that can break dance better than that. He may not be Australian born, but I'm sure they got somebody out there that could have. But who knows though? So if in fact, hey, that's just the best they can do, then hey, y'all go ahead and get stand over there in last place, and it's all good. Better luck next time. You understand? Watch some more videos, do some more practice in another 4 years, whatever. But again, it just kind of lends credence to how your style can get stole. Because you got to think, man, we don't have ain't no institutions, whether physically or mentally, in place to preserve certain things. So in the case of breakdancing, that's something we created, but how do we license it? How do we sharecrop it? Because it looked like it just got took. You understand? Who do you talk to as far as even the Olympics to even put that as a category? Who did they speak to? Or they just, oh, we just throwing that on there? You know, am I wrong? Maybe they did holler at somebody. Y'all let me know. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like that. Again, it's just whatever the term I want to call it, culture vulturism, or perhaps it's definitely some of that, and it's just us. It's a neglect. So we neglect so much, and then when somebody else pick up the ball or just remix and do something with it, and I ain't even saying making it better. They just take it and do what they want with it. Then we like, what the fuck? But at the same time, and that's because everybody ain't on code. I can go on and on that, but that's really not what this video is about. But to me, about that whole breakdancing competition, that's just what it shows me, that hey man, when you neglect stuff and you drop the ball, anybody pick it up and do what they want with it, and that's what it seems like is going on. So now it ain't even the same no more. When I look at it, it ain't even the same no more. So that's one of the things we need to do, is learn how to preserve our stuff. And because we have a consumer American mind, we tend to think, oh, that's old, that's out of style. Like that's last year's Nintendo versus a PlayStation. Nah, man, even if you don't dance that way, even if the music, it don't even matter. That's yours. You understand, black man? That's yours. So I just want to put that out there, man, because I just see a lot of that. A lot of stuff happens to us because of neglect, and we not paying attention, and we definitely got people in our community that's paid to keep us looking in the other direction or going in the other way. We definitely got that. We're going to call them coons, sellouts, or whatever. There's definitely some of that. More than you think. You know what I'm saying? More than you think. Trust me. But go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, man. It's Bad News Brown. As you see, I speak on a variety of different subjects and topics. So my material a lot of times is going to be seemingly all over the place, because a lot of times I am all over the place. But is definitely a lesson to be learned in each of my videos. Whether you think so or not, I guarantee when you watch one of my videos, you're going to learn something 9 times out of 10 that you didn't already know, regardless of how trivial it may be. So whether if it's on a serious topic or just on some entertainment, celebrity type talk or whatever the case may be, but you definitely gonna learn something, man. Y'all go ahead and again subscribe to me, man. Go ahead and hit that like button and stay tuned, man. I'm definitely gonna be back with a lot more material, a lot more content, and a lot more. I'll start going into detail a lot more and giving a lot more clarity because I understand a lot of these points I'm freestyling, so I'm not even really necessarily giving you the the raw, uncut, pure play by play when it comes to certain things. You know, certain times you don't necessarily need it, but a lot of times, and just in order to give y'all this clarity, definitely I believe I need to do that because it's not only doing y'all a disservice, it's doing me a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a lot sharper than this appears.